So now I enter class 11 in the commerce stream with my pair of wings, because to be very honest, I kind of became a very callous and someone who was not serious about her studies in class 11th, because for me it was like I have already scored good marks in my 10th board. I have the liberty to be a little carefree in my 11th, so that was my thought.
जिस राह पे तुम चल रहे हो बेटा, एक दिन पूरी तरह फंसोगे.
And disclaimer, you should not be doing that, okay? Confidence is good, but not overconfidence. I wish I knew back then. Basically, there was a reason for that, because you know what? Back in class 10th, we had around 12 sections, as in 12 divisions, or 13 maybe. I do not recollect it properly, 12 or 13. And each section had a strength of around 50 students, I suppose. So we had so many students back then, like 12 into 50, around 600 students, right? And there were good contenders in each of the sections. So primarily you were at least competing with around 10 each, so around 150 to 200 folks average. So it was a good healthy competition back then in class 10th. But what had happened eventually is our commerce section was only limited to 2 divisions, with again 50 students in each section. 100 students, and in that 100 students only like 10 were very serious. So my competition, the pool of competition dropped significantly, so I also took it very lightly, and my seriousness had dropped to like ground zero, okay? And I was the one calling my friends just before, not my friends, because my friends are as clueless as me. I was calling the toppers out there that, hey, can you tell me what's in the syllabus, just before the exam. So yeah, it went to that level. Well, at least in class 10th, I was making an attempt to know things at least a month prior to exam, so that I can pull up my socks and perform well. But here, my agenda was only to somehow pass. So shockingly, what happened is, in my 11th, only after giving the first semester, somehow my name was being called in the rankers list. Now I thought that my ears are ringing, like why are they calling my name, because I have only scored an average of around 25-26 across the subjects which were there. For me it was a shock basically. But later on, I learned that the deserving candidate, who is a friend of mine now, actually flunked in maths. That is why instead of her name, my name was announced, and I came third. So, as most of the classmates were not aiming high, even I got comfortable with just being okay enough, okay, and not trying hard to fetch those highest marks out there. And the worst part is, my mom would see that I would hardly study or have any kind of seriousness, because the only answer I used to give her while giving my maths exam particularly was, if I do not have any input, do not expect any output.
I don't know.
So basically, I would not sit for studies, and my mom would see that, right? And I would just be content with bare minimum. So yeah, I slipped into this person after 10th.